Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about NARS products, and I don't know if you guys remember, but a few months back and kind of over like the last year or so, I was doing a series called Best and Worst, and it was kind of best and worst drugstore foundations, best and worst MAC products, things like that. And when I last did one, I got a lot of requests to do my best and worst NARS products, so that is what I'm going to do today. I know NARS is a really expensive brand, but it's actually, it's become kind of my favourite brand. I get asked that a lot. What is your favourite makeup brand? And I find now my answer is generally for high-end makeup is NARS, because I find their products are expensive, but if you choose carefully and choose the right ones, they're the ones that stay in your makeup bag the whole time. And they kind of very quickly become go-to makeup products, and I think if I could choose my makeup bag and it stays the same all the time, at least half of the products would be from NARS. That's how much I love them. So you do have to kind of be careful when you're choosing the NARS products that you're going to buy, because they're like, you know, £15 to £25 plus, and you don't want to be wasting your money. So I'm going to talk about my favourite NARS products, and then at the end some of them that I've got that I've been disappointed with. So to start off with, the most obvious kind of NARS famous products are their face powders, so their blushes and their bronzers. You guys will have heard me talk about Laguna probably in the past. Gorgeous bronzer, as you can see. I've hit pan on it and it's looking a bit messy, but I love this. I initially thought it was going to be too dark when I saw it, because everybody raves about it. Every time I used to look at it I was like, oh, that's too dark for me because I'm so pale. But no, it's a great colour, and it actually I think would be flattering on all different skin tones, because obviously you can use different amounts of it. I use this very lightly because it is quite dark, but I just absolutely love it, and obviously I've nearly finished it, so I've been using that a lot. As for their blushes, I think they're also one of the products that really kind of stands out for NARS. This is the Danmari blush palette, which I've been raving about recently. I absolutely love it. So I thought I would just tell you my kind of top 3 blush colours from NARS. The first one is Sin, which is this kind of plummy lilac colour with a little bit of gold undertones. I absolutely love that. The second one is Orgasm, which is this peachy gold shade, which is their most famous blush. It is amazing. Like, I didn't get it for so long because I kind of refused to believe the hype, but it is absolutely amazing. And then my third one I've got in a single is Deep Throat. Just a heads up for NARS as well, yes, their names are all really rude and kind of sex related. If you can get past that, they are honestly like the best blushes in the whole world. So yeah, Deep Throat is a more kind of pale, rosy, it's actually, yeah, more of like a rosy pink rather than a peach with gold. It is quite similar in the consistency to Orgasm, but it's a bit more pink rather than peach. And I absolutely love those. I also love Cactus Flower, which is a cream blush. It's like a bright, kind of almost corally red with gold shimmer in it. I think I left it at my mum's because I went over there the other day and I put some makeup on my mum and I used that, and I think I might have left it there because I can't find it in my makeup bag, and it's usually in there. So that is also one of my favourites. So their blushes are definitely like, I think they're best products. And then next up, I think close kind of second runner-up are their eyeshadows. I absolutely love their eyeshadows, and my most recent addition to my NARS collection is the Kalahari Duo. And this is just absolutely gorgeous. It's these two kind of bronzy golden shades. There's one that's more gold and then there's one that's more bronze, but I just think they're absolutely stunning. They do actually look fairly dark in the pan for a duo. You don't kind of think, oh, that's a good all over lid colour, but actually the gold is fairly light when you put it on the skin. Just looks gorgeous. If you wear a kind of neutral eye every day, like I pretty much do, these are amazing, and a great choice as well for like a first purchase from NARS, because you'll use them a lot, I guarantee it. And the formulation of their eyeshadows is great. Most of them, I'll get onto the bad ones at the end when I talk about my worst products, but most of NARS eyeshadows are absolutely amazing. They're very kind of soft and nicely pigmented. Really, really nice. The packaging as well, I should mention, for NARS is lovely, but it does get very dirty, and you'll notice that throughout my kind of showing you all my products. A lot of them are very dirty, but it's because I use them a lot, so it's a good thing, I guess. The next one is actually, this is from their spring collection, it's limited edition, but this is Lhasa, or Lhasa, I'm not entirely sure, I just said Lhasa, that's how it's spelled. It's this gorgeous kind of taupey, slightly lilac, shimmery colour, and it looks like nothing in the pan. It looks kind of grey and a little bit drab, but when you put it on it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love this. If you don't get your hands on that limited edition, a very similar one is Ashes to Ashes, which is slightly more of a browny kind of grey colour. It doesn't have as much as the lilac in it, if you can see them next to each other, but both really gorgeous colours. I love both of those. Ashes to Ashes was actually one of the first products from NARS that I had. My friend Ingrid, Miss Glamorazzi, sent it to me ages ago, well over a year ago, maybe even coming on for 2 years ago, and I absolutely adore it. Next up, the third thing that if you're going to buy something from NARS you should get is their lip products, and I've got so many of their lip products here, different variety of their lip products, and I love them all. So first off, their lip glosses. Now here's my selection of my favourite NARS lip glosses. The original ones look like this, and this is Super Orgasm, and these are just lovely. They don't really taste of anything, but they're just great on the lips. They last a very long time and they're not sticky. They're kind of smooth and nice to wear. They're comfortable. I hate those glosses that are very kind of gloopy and really feel like you have something on the lips. So Orgasm I absolutely adore, and then my other favourite is Nana, which is this, it looks black in the tube, but it's actually like a really gorgeous plum colour. It looks hard to wear, but it's actually really nice. It was limited edition though, so I'm not sure if you'd be able to find that anymore, maybe on eBay or something, but I love that. And then the other type I have is this, I'm not entirely sure what these are called, but they're lip duos, so you get the lip stain, or like a lip tint, and then a gloss. And the reason why I showed this one is because this gloss on the end is actually Turkish Delight, which is one of NARS. I think it's probably their best-selling lip gloss colour. It's kind of like a milky baby pink, really nice. Personally, I prefer Super Orgasm, which is like a shimmery, rosy pink. I really like that. It's actually peachy, sorry, it's very kind of peach and with gold shimmer. It's kind of like the blush, but just in a lip gloss form. And then last, but certainly not least, is my latest lip gloss from NARS. This is their Larger Than Life lip gloss in Cur Sucre, which looks very Barbie and kind of like scary in the tube, but actually when you wear it on the lips it's gorgeous. I wore it the other day when I went to London Fashion Week to the MAC event, and I absolutely loved it. I love the way these feel on the lips. They last for ages. They're a lot more glossy than the original lip glosses. They're a bit more kind of vinyl looking, but they're still really comfortable to wear, and the packaging is beautiful. Absolutely love these. But this is definitely my favourite colour out of the line. The other colour I really like is a kind of berry red colour, which is really, really pretty, which I was admiring when I was in LA actually with Ingrid, because she had it and we were looking in the shop and she was telling me about them. And that colour is really pretty too, but this is definitely my favourite kind of wearable everyday colour. It doesn't look like that on the lips, it's very kind of sheer and nice. And then lipsticks as well. NARS do some great lipsticks. I only have 2 of them, but I love both. The first one is Roman Holiday, which was also one of my favourite, my first NARS products, which was a gift from Ingrid as well. And this is just a really gorgeous kind of, it's like a bright pink, but it's still quite pastel-y and quite clean looking on the lips, and it's not too pigmented, so it's not hard to wear. It kind of reminds me of MAC's Viva Glam Gaga lipstick and a little bit of Saint Germain mixed in, but this is a lot more sheer and really easy to wear. Really nice. Their lipsticks have really lovely consistency too. And then second, this is my favourite one, it's Pago Pago, which is a nude, and normally I find nudes quite hard to wear. They make me look a little bit dead, in the nicest possible way, but this has a lot of shimmer to it. It's quite hard and drying to put on, so I find I put a balm on before and then it just looks beautiful. I absolutely love that colour. I think this was limited edition as well, in, was it the winter collection this year? A lot of the NARS things, this is kind of a reoccurring thing as well. They have great collections, so if you see something in a collection that you want, buy it as soon as you see it, because they don't kind of stay around forever, and they do release some of their best colours in collections. The next thing I just dropped on the floor is their eyeliners, and these are their Larger Than Life eyeliners, and sadly the black one, which I used to use every single day, I still use it quite a lot, I sharpened it, and these are twist up liners, you're not meant to sharpen them, and I was in a massive hurry one morning. I was doing my eyeliner and I just went like this, and then I was like, no, like, you know that moment when you realise, because I was just in such a hurry. So it looks a little bit worse for wear, but still usable, just a bit crazy looking. These are absolutely amazing. The pigmentation is fantastic. They stay on. They are nice and waterproof on the waterline, fantastic, and they come in gorgeous colours. This is my other favourite colour, which is Abbey Road. It's a beautiful kind of turquoisey, shimmery, aqua green, kind of really kind of marine colour. I love that a lot, and these are great. So they are my favourite NARS products. Obviously there's a lot more products that NARS do. I find NARS is one of those places where every time I go to the counter, no matter how much NARS I have, there's always something else I want. Like MAC, when I kind of feel a lot of the time I can go into MAC and just be like, yeah, there's nothing I really like am tempted to buy, whereas NARS, there's always something that I'm kind of have my eye on for a long time, or I'm kind of just desperate to buy all the time. I just adore it. But moving on to products that I've kind of been disappointed with. Some of them are love-hate products, and I'll start with those. The first one is their Sheer Glow foundation, which gets such amazing, amazing coverage online. Everybody kind of loves it. And I loved it when I first tried it, but since then, I've kind of had a bit of a love-hate relationship with it. Some days, I'll put it on my face and it will look amazing, and I absolutely adore it, totally flawless. Other days, I just think it looks really like I'm wearing too much makeup, a little bit too matte, and just a bit much. I do like it, having said that, but I just think for the money, I think it's about £30, 32 maybe, can't remember exactly. For the money, I think you can get better foundations. Yeah, I just think it is good, but it's not the best, and it's one of the most expensive. So kind of a love-hate for me with Sheer Glow. It's also formulated for dry skin. I don't think it's suitable for dry skin. If I have any dry skin on my face, it will cling to it. And I know people who have oily skin who adore this. So don't listen to what NARS say about this being for dry skin, because personally, I don't think it's great for dry skin. Anyway, another face product from NARS, and I don't know whether I just don't really suit their actual face makeup, is the concealer. Now, I've actually used this up because I depotted quite a lot, so it's totally gone. I have the shade Honey. They changed the packaging of these, which I did like. They used to be like a lipstick form. But personally, again, I think you can get much better concealers for your money. For me, it's a little bit cakey. It's kind of like using cream foundation, you know, when it just adds that little bit of cakiness. I do know people who absolutely adore this, but for me personally, I think there are better concealers on the market for the money. That's the concealer. And then moving on to another kind of love-hate thing, the multiples. Now, the multiples are another one of NARS's kind of cult products, but personally I find a lot of the shades are difficult to wear at certain times of year. For example, this is their Laguna multiple, which is very, very beautiful, shimmery bronze, lovely. Impossible to wear if you don't have a tan. Like, if you're pale, you can't wear this. It will look slightly ridiculous. Amazing on holiday with a tan. I always take this away with me. Actually, I only got it last summer, so I took it away with me on my summer holidays last year, and it just looks fantastic, and I'll definitely be taking it this year. But yeah, definitely tan only, and I think that really limits to when you can wear it, and it makes it not really worth the money per wear if you're only wearing it for like a few weeks a year when you're really tanned. I know a lot of the colours are like that. I know Copacabana, which is the very, very pale one, only really looks good if you are very, very pale. So I don't think they're very kind of universal products. Also, as much as they are multiple products, you can use them on your lips, your cheeks and your eyes. I find most of these I would just use on my cheeks as a highlighter, which is a whole other thing, because the blushes, blush versions of them, which I actually have this one in a duo, and I also think the duos have less pigmentation than in the sticks. So if you're going to buy a multiple, I would say get the sticks because they have more pigmentation. But I've used this quite a lot because it was an expensive product. I think it was like £35 or something. I wanted to get the use out of it, but definitely something that I was a little bit disappointed in, spending all that money on it. Because the blush colours don't actually have that much pigmentation, whereas if you're buying like a pinky colour in the multiple to use as a blush, I think you could be much better off buying their cream blushes or their powder blushes, because I just think they're so much better than these, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't use this colour apart from on my cheeks, and I actually think this is a very similar shade to Deep Throat. It's a bit more peachy, but you see what I mean. Like, if you're going for a colour like this, you might as well get the powder blushes, which are great. The multiples are good, but they're not great. They're not groundbreaking, I don't think, whereas I think their powder blushes are pretty much the best on the market. So that's a kind of bit of a grey area for me. So they're the products that I think are kind of middle ground. Like, I don't think they're worth spending the money on compared to other things that you can buy for the same amount of money. The downright bad products that I've tried from NARS, and there's only been two. The first one is their nail varnish. I've only ever tried two of their nail varnishes, and I'm hoping, there's a really gorgeous colour in their spring collection that I'm hoping will prove me wrong and be amazing, but they are expensive and they're not great. Like, I just think you can get much better ones for your money. I had a bronze one which I ended up giving to my sister because she's not really into nail varnish, but she really liked the colour and uses it for her toes in the summer, and I was like, I'm not going to use it because it's really watery and it just annoys me, and I have another colour quite similar to it, so I just gave it to her. Yeah, I think they kind of let them down. I think they could definitely do better with nail varnishes. And the next thing I should just mention, some of their eyeshadows are not great. And I find it to be their kind of paler, more shimmery colours tend to be difficult to work with, kind of chunky. I don't know if you guys have tried, is it the MAC Lusters? I think it's the Lusters that have, they're just kind of chunky and difficult to work with. An example of this is in the Exotic Dance Duo, which was limited edition again, I believe. This pale white colour is just chunky, hard to work with. It doesn't have great pigmentation, and generally it's just kind of a waste of money, I think. Like, I've hardly used this duo because the white colour is just annoying and doesn't really look that nice. The gold colour is really pretty, but I find when you're using a duo, you want to be able to use both of the colours. So again, with the NARS eyeshadows, if you can, make sure you swatch them in person, or if you are ordering online, make sure you look at swatches online and just check the pigmentation and the consistency and stuff. Most of them are great, but you do get the odd kind of one-off that isn't fantastic. And that is it for my NARS products. Just a note as well, I really had to struggle to find products that are the worst products. Like I said, there's only 2 that I've tried that I really don't like. The others are kind of good but expensive, if you get what I mean. But again, NARS is just really one of my favourite high-end products. I absolutely love it. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any recommendations for NARS products, and if you have never tried NARS before, like which product you would like to try first. I definitely recommend going and checking them out if you're on the market for a new kind of high-end product, especially blushes, lip glosses and eyeshadows. If you need a new one of those, NARS is your place. I absolutely adore them. So that is it for my NARS best and worst products. Let me know which best and worst video you would like to see next. Definitely want to do more of these because I know you guys enjoy watching them. The feedback from them in the past has been really good. So let me know if there are any more brands that you want to see, or kind of genres like best and worst, high-end foundations or anything like that. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!